What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaniqua Dupree, your Navy transition coach, and this is where I help you to navigate life both in and out of the Navy. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about how I was able to go to Japan twice on both reserves and active duty orders. This is something that is not super common, but it's very much possible. And the reason I wanted to talk to you guys about this is because there are some benefits that you get from the active duty, and there are some benefits that you get from the Navy reserves. And most of the time, like, we might get where we want to go on active duty, but we don't have the flexibility of only being there for a short time and then going to another place. Most places that we go while we're on active duty is 3 to 5 years. And so I'm just like, I was able to get to exactly where I wanted to go, both on active duty and on the reserve. So why not bring maybe some education, some tips that maybe you guys can take for getting to where you guys want to go as well. So a little bit of the backstory of how I was able to go to Japan the first time that I went was, so I went active duty, right? I did a few years of, no, not a few years, Lord, 1 year of college, and I was like, this is not for me. So I went active duty in the Navy, of course. And when you go to, you finish boot camp, you go to A school. This is specifically if you're going active. Reservist is a little bit different. You don't go straight to A school after boot camp. You go to your NRC, and then your career counselor will help you to go to school, schedule the school and everything like that. But anyway, I digress. So I was up for orders. I was up to talk to the, I don't know what you call the people. Maybe it was PS. I don't know who they were. But the people at A school that helps you to, choose your order. So they give you what's called a dream sheet, right? And I put on there the 3 places that I wanted to go. I was like, Florida is like my number 1 option. If I can't go to Florida, then California. If I can't go to California, then I want to go to Japan, right? Just something random. Y'all, I was not prepared to go to Japan. I was not prepared. I was like, well, I might as well go all out if I can't get, that one, or to get the first 2 options that I wanted. I really wanted to go to Florida. I really, really wanted to go to Florida, but it's okay. I might go there later on. I don't know. But anyway, so when I got those orders, it's something that you guys need to also pay attention to. I don't know at what stage you're in of watching this video as far as your military career, but let's say that you have not joined the military, or you just joined, or you're trying to decide your next move or whatever. It all depends on your job, okay? Your job is going to let you know whether or not you're capable or able to go to whatever location. Okay, so for example, if you're a submarine rate, honey, it don't really matter where you go. You're gonna be underwater. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be on a submarine somewhere in the middle of the ocean. That's gonna be your primary duty station, duty location, right? But so for me, I was a brand new, straight off the street sailor as an engineman. So I was an E1. Yeah, I didn't even make E2 when I was at boot camp. You guys, but if you guys go to boot camp, you better make E3, okay? Run the race, do your PRT, pass the PRT. It's not that difficult, okay? And study, honey. Anyway, I had to wait a long time. I wish I didn't have to. Nonetheless, I was E1 as an engineman, and clearly that was needed over in Japan at that time on a ship. So that was the first time I was able to go. But the second, and real quick, I didn't really have much say in that. Like, it was just what was available for me. I didn't have a choice. However, when I went to Japan for the second time in my naval career, I had a choice. And so this is where I hope you guys perk up your ears so you know how to get located at the exact places that you want to go to. Okay, so number 1, you got to be a reservist. You got to be a reservist, a United States Navy reservist. Okay, and you have to have access to zip serve. Is it called Zip Serve still? It might be called something else. Let me look real quick. I'm over here on the quick links. I want to say it's still called Zip Serve. If it's not, then I don't think it's called Zip Serve, y'all. I don't think it's called Zip Serve. But essentially Zip Serve is, or was, dang, I need to find the name of it. Zip Serve was a place where there's a bunch of orders that reservists can choose from. No, it is called Zip Serve. Okay. It is called Zip Serve. U.S. Navy Reserve Zip Serve. So it's a location where there's a bunch of order options available, like ADOS, active duty, special work, ADSW, annual training orders, all sorts of long-term and short-term orders at different locations all around the world that you can go to. Now, of course, like I said before, you have to be a certain rate. You have to be a certain rank. I'm pretty sure that's really majority of what is needed. You got to be a certain rank, a certain rate, and sometimes you have to have a certain NEC or education to go to those orders. But most of the time, they're only looking for people with a certain rate, a certain rank. Now, I can't really sit here and say what types of rates are most likely to get these orders because it varies all throughout the year. And so, but the good thing about it though is there's always new opportunities coming up on Zip Serve. So what I did, I don't know if it's still a thing on here, but back in my day, in 2018, when I had the second opportunity to go to Japan, I was actually on an email list where every time there was a set of orders for a certain type of criteria that I set myself, I got notified. I got an email. And so an email came through and it said, CanRec orders to Japan, looking for people who are between, I think it was E4 and E6 or E4 and E5. I'm pretty sure it's E4 and E5. Pretty sure. It doesn't matter what rate, so it was any rate that was available. But the key about that though, and I'm not saying this is the case for all situations, but although they would have taken anybody, I was actually chosen because I had experience in Japan at that specific base. So I was in Yokosuka, Japan, and that was also my very first duty station as well. So it really, really, really worked out in my favor. And I was E5. And of course, I was in the Navy Reserves. What else? I'm trying to think if there's any other criteria. Oh, and I was adamant about getting these orders. Like, I literally Google searched the coordinators of this program, called them on the phone. I said, hey, I just want to put my name in the bucket. I didn't say those words, but I just want to put my name in the bucket. My name is Ian T. Dupree. I really want to be on these orders, essentially, right? But in a more, professional way. So why am I telling you guys this? Because there are some of you who have been on active duty and you're like, man, I was only at this one location and I hated it. Well, there's a lot more options that may be out there for you in the Navy Reserves, right? And I don't know, like, I just think it's a really great opportunity for a lot more people to get a lot more travel experience. Because that's why I joined the Navy. If I'm going to be honest, that was one of the biggest reasons why I joined the Navy, because the very first time I ever talked to a Navy recruiter, he was like, yeah, and you get to travel. I was like, oh yeah, where have you, the basic, Navy future sailor questions, Navy recruit questions. Oh yeah, where have you been? Oh, I've been here and I've been there and da-da-da-da-da, right? And he convinced me real good that it was a good gig. And look at me over here trying to convince y'all that it's a good gig. I don't know, that's on you if you think it's a good gig or not. I'm just putting the information out there. You take with it what you take from it what you need. But I do think that if you are the type of person that you're like, man, I really want to travel more, I really want to gain some more work experience, I really want to have some steady income. Now, Navy Reserves is not the place for steady income. Just let me be very clear there. But it is a great place to get that flexibility, right? Of your civilian side and your military side, right? You can't get fired from your job if you're doing military orders, right? However, that's up to a 5-year limit. So you can't just be retired from the Navy. You know, you've been in the Navy 20 years and next thing you know, you want to retire and then go back to your original civilian career. It's not quite how it works. However, you know, if you wanted to honestly come on active duty for 4 years and then go back to your job, you very well can. And it's pretty good. But most people who are in the Navy on the active side, they use that act. I forgot the name of it. Sorry, y'all. But they use that to make sure that they can keep their job when they're just on these 30-day orders or 10-day orders or whatever, even 6 months, because there's mobilizations as well that you can find over on ZipServe. So if you guys have any questions, okay, about being in the Navy Reserves, leaving active duty, going on active duty, any type of transitioning your naval career type of questions, or even going into civilian life, please leave them down at the bottom. Also check the description for an email. If you have, more specific questions, you can ask me. If any of you are actually interested in joining the United States Navy, please let me know and I'll be able to help you guys with that. I just wanted to come on here and share that, experience with you, and hopefully maybe it'll help you in some decisions that you are trying to make for your career in the future. That's all I got for you guys, and I hope to see you on the next video.